Okay, everybody. Can you see? You still see me in Zoom? Yes? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with all of you. And we're going to get started. So let me go ahead and share my iPad screen. Should be connecting now. Can everyone see the screen of my iPad? Good. So we've been working on area and perimeter recently. I think we've been doing a lot of practice and I think we're getting pretty good. However, what we're going to work on today is we're going to be finding the area and the perimeter of more complex shapes. Shapes that are made up of more than one shape, but it's connected as one shape. So before we go ahead and get started on that part of the lesson, I want to go ahead and give you a practice question. There's two parts to it. What part of a shape is the perimeter, and what part of a shape is the area? So I want you to go ahead and maybe take 20 seconds to think about this and be ready to respond. So we have Chase and Jaco who volunteered. We'll have Chase, since your hand went up first, you're going to answer the first part of our question. Chase, which part of a shape is the perimeter?
The perimeter is the outside.
Thank you. The perimeter is the outside of the shape. This part right here. The outside of the shape. Or you could call it the outline. Either way, that is perimeter. How big is the shape around? Okay, and then we have Jaco. Jaco, what is the area of the shape?
The inside.
Thank you. How big is it on the inside? That's what area is. It's how big is the shape on the inside. So for this rectangle right here, it is this part in blue. Perimeter is red. Area is blue. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give some of these sides some numbers so we can work them out. I'm going to go ahead and say that this side is 12 inches. And down here, this is, there we go, 17 inches. Let's go ahead and find the perimeter and the area. And just so we don't forget, area is blue, the inside, perimeter is red, the outline or the outside. Go ahead and find the perimeter and area. I'll set a timer for 2 minutes and then we'll go ahead and share our thoughts. If you don't finish in the 2 minutes, it's okay. Don't worry. We will work together on it. I set a timer for 2 minutes. Go ahead. Okay, it's been 1 minute, one more minute, and then we'll go ahead and take some volunteers. Okay, Victor, I will call on you first, but just give it about 30 more seconds, okay? $15 seconds. 10, 5, and 2 minutes. Victor, go ahead. What do you got for us? Go ahead, Victor, whenever you're ready.
The perimeter of the rectangle is 34. No, not 34, 38.
38?
Yeah.
Okay, 38 for the perimeter. And how did you get that?
It's because um um 12 is the width, no length, and 17 is the width. And since 12 is the same size on the other side, it's that means it's the same number on the upside. Same thing with the 17.
So 12 is the same on this side as it is on this side. Okay, I agree. Because when we're looking, let me go ahead and show you, everybody. I'll use this yellow right here. I'm going to make a little piece like that just so it's easy to grab with this tool. If we take a look using our yellow and we drag it from one side to the other, they are the same. The two sides are the same length. That's how rectangles work. When one side is one length, if it's rectangles and squares, that means the opposite side is also the same length. And since that's the case, it's the same thing with 17. You see? Both sides will be the same, so that will also be 17. So you said it was 38. So let's go ahead and check that. Did anyone get a different answer than 38? Valeria, go ahead. What did you get?
I got 58 inches.
You got 58 inches? How did you get 58 inches? So let me go ahead and write that answer down too. So we have one that's 38 and one that's 58. How did you get yours?
I added 12 plus 17 and I got 29. So I added 29 plus 29 and I got 58.
Okay. So we're supposed to add all our sides together. We have a 38 and we have one 58. Let's go ahead and just make sure we get all our sides. So we have a 12 here. Okay. We have a 12 here. We have a 17 here. We have another 12 here. And we have another 17. So I'm putting yellow so that we mark that as one of the sides that we got. So I'm going to go ahead and add those all together so we can double check our work. We'll go ahead and start with 17 plus 12. 17 plus 12, 7 plus 2 is
9.
9, and then 1 plus 1 is
2.
2. So this is 29. And then we have another 17 plus 12. So we'll go ahead and add those two together and it'll be the same thing, which is 29. And then let's add 29 plus 29 together. 9 plus 9 is
18.
18. So we put our 8, we carry the 1 over. 1 plus 2 is
5.
5. So we end up with 58. So our correct answer here is going to be 58. So we end up with an answer of 58. Is that our correct answer? Is that correct?
No,
No, thank you. Why is it not correct?
you have to put inches.
We have to put inches. When we are talking about measurements, we have to put inches or it will be incorrect. It needs to have the measurement, the unit of measurement. So here we measure with inches because we're measuring lines. We're measuring the lines around the shape. But next we're going to do area. And when we're doing area, we don't use just a line to measure. What are we using to measure? Go ahead. Camila, what do we use to measure when we're measuring area? We're not measuring with lines like we do with perimeter. We're measuring with what?
With square inches, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're correct. For this one, we would be using square inches. We measure the inside with little squares. In general, just overall, we call those square units. Square units. Good. So go ahead. Does anybody already have the area? We did take that time earlier. Does anyone already have the area? Chase, go ahead.
I've got 114.
114. Well, let's go ahead and find out, shall we? So we have 114. How do we find the area first off? What do we do to find the area? How did you get your answer, Chase? How did you get to it?
I did 12 times 17.
You did 12 times 17. Very good. So you do 12 times 17. We'll go ahead and we'll rewrite it like this. And why did you do 12 times 17?
I did not actually know. I just.
No, it's okay. Remember, this, we do use 12 times 17 or this 12 times 17 because it is our formula. It's our formula. It is think about it almost like a map that guides us to specific answers. That is our formula. And the formula we use for area is our base times height. So you were correct in doing 12 times 17. So let's go ahead and do 12 times 17 to check to see if we got our area. I'm going to go through it fast because we still got a few things we got to do. So 2 times 7, we get 14. 2 times 1, we get 2 plus 1, that's 3. Go ahead and put our 0. 1 times 7 gives us 7, and 1 times 1 gives us 1. Go ahead and add those together. We get 4 here. 3 plus 7 is 10. So we get a 0 here. We get a 1 right here. 1 plus 1 is 2. We end up with an answer of 204. Sometimes it's little math mistakes that'll mess things up. Jaco, go ahead.
I got it right. I at the first when Chase answered it, I didn't know that it was Ron. I thought it was Ron.
Yep, it's 204. Good job. So we have 204 here. Is there anything missing from our answer?
Yes.
What is missing?
Square inches.
Square inches, because now we are working with squares. Squares are what we're using to measure. Even though you can't see them, this entire thing, you're finding the area by counting little invisible squares that you can't see. So that wasn't too bad, right, everybody? You're able to solve that. We're able to do that. We have a formula to solve this. We have the instructions, the map that leads us to the answer. But what if I gave you a different kind of shape? What if instead, use a darker color. What if I gave you this instead? What if instead I gave you this? We don't have a formula for this. So take about 20 seconds and think, what should we do with this? How are we going to solve this? I'm going to go ahead and call on someone who hasn't gone yet. So let's start by doing our perimeter. We'll go ahead and look at the area after. So we need to find the perimeter of this shape. There's something, though, that's wrong. There's something stopping us from finding the perimeter right away. What is that? What's stopping us from finding the perimeter? Jasleen? Why can't we find the perimeter right away?
Because the side that has no number is missing.
Thank you. We're missing some of these sides. If you noticed in our previous examples, and like we've talked about before, you cannot solve for perimeter unless you know all the sides. You need to know all the sides to be able to solve the problem, because the perimeter is the outside of the shape, or the outline of the shape, measured and presented. So if we look right here, I'm highlighting in yellow. Those are the sides we have right now. We can't find perimeter because we don't have everything. We're missing sides. How many sides do we still need to find? Luciano, how many sides do we still need to find? Say that one more time.
We need to find two sides.
Yes, we need to find two sides. We're missing two sides. How are we going to find those, though? Does anybody know yet? Does anybody know? How would we go about finding these missing sides? Chase, go ahead.
So you put the 5, the one that's like close to the 11. We put it where the number is missing, like be next to the other 5, and then that would be equal 10. So the first missing one is 5.
Thank you. So what he's saying is, so let me go ahead and draw this. If I draw this in, I think it'll explain it a little better. This right here is 5 inches. It's the same length. With our rules that we do with rectangles and squares and everything, we know that across from each other, they're the same. That even works when the rectangle is kind of split up. So you see, if we move this here, we have 5 that fills in this missing space. So we just need to find this space. And if we know that this part, our missing part, since both of these need to equal to 10 together, we know we already have 5, like Chase said. This missing side right here will be 5. And we can do something similar with this side right here. So go ahead, everybody. Go ahead and solve for the last missing side. What is our last missing side? Victor, do you want to go?
It's 6.
Thank you. It is 6. It's 6 inches. We'll go ahead and just demonstrate really quick visually. So we already know that there's 5. We know that we have this missing side right here. And we know that together, this and this 5 need to make 11. So what plus 5 equals 11? 6. Thank you, Victor. And then after that, we'll just need to add all the sides together. So I'm going to go ahead and write 6 on here. Excuse me. And just go ahead and add all the sides together. I'll give you 30 seconds. Add them together, and then we'll go ahead and have one of our people who haven't spoken today yet go ahead and give us their answer for perimeter. So go ahead. Go ahead and find the perimeter, which again we've already established as well, is just adding all of these together. Ten more seconds. And 0. Let's go ahead and have Tristan help us out with this one. What did you get for your answer for perimeter? Tristan, whenever you're ready, go ahead and unmute your mic.
I got I got 16.
60?
No, 16.
16. How did you get 16? Because we're adding all of our sides together. And you got 16. How'd you get 16? Go ahead and explain your process, please. Which numbers did you add together to get 16? Okay, we'll come back to you, Tristan. Remember, when we're doing perimeter, we're adding all of these sides together. We're not just adding a few, we're adding all of them together. Go ahead, Valeria.
I got 42.
Okay, you got 42. How many of you also got 42? Give me a thumbs up if you also got 42. We have quite a few people with their thumbs up that also got 42. Let's go ahead and add them together. Let's add up the easy ones like 5 plus 5. That'll give us 10. We can add 11 and 10 to give us 21. We can add these together to give us 31. 6 plus 5 is 11. We'll go ahead and add these two together to get 42. So that was correct. Our perimeter was 42. 42 what? 42 what?
Inches.
Inches. Thank you. We have 42 inches. So that was good, everybody. We were able to find our missing side. We're able to find our perimeter. But now we need to find the area. And like I said before, we don't have a formula for this. We don't have a formula for area of an L shape. So what are we going to have to do instead, Emma? If we can't just put in a formula, what are we going to have to do instead? What do you think? We don't have a formula for this type of shape. All we have a formula for is squares and rectangles. So what should we do? What can we do? Emma, would you like some help? You need to go ahead and select somebody to help you out. You're cutting out a little bit. We'll go ahead. I think you said Jacob. So Jacob, what should we do?
We have to break down the shape.
Break down the shape. Exactly. We don't have a formula for an L shape, but what we do have a formula for is rectangles and squares. So what if we just made this into a rectangle and a square? And then we find the area for the two different shapes, shape 1 and shape 2. What if we just find the area for the two different shapes? That wouldn't be too bad. That would be a lot easier. And all of you are pretty capable of finding the area already of simple shapes. So let's go ahead and find the area of these two shapes. I'm going to have Jaco, Camila, Luciano, Victor, Chase. You're going to work on shape 1. Then Tristan, Emma, Destiny, Aiden, Valeria, and Jasleen, you're going to work on shape 2. Go ahead. I'm going to give you about 30 to 40 seconds. That should be enough. They're both simple multiplication problems. I'm going to give you about that much time, and then we will go ahead and call on people for answers. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's go ahead and utilizing the chat. Using the chat, go ahead and send me the area of the shape that I assigned you. Go ahead and send me the area of the shape that you did. Thank you, Victor. Thank you, Chase. Thank you, Camila. Thank you, Jaco. Thank you, Valeria. Thank you, Emma. There's quite a few people who I don't have answers from. Thank you, Tristan. Thank you, Destiny. Thank you, Jasleen. So, what we're doing is we multiply our base times height. Our base can be any number or any side, while our height just needs to be a side that is perpendicular, or like this. This is one side, the other side is like this. Okay? So we have 6 inches and 10 inches. We're going to go ahead and multiply those together using our formula. 10 times 6, very easy math problem. Go ahead, Tristan. What is 10 times 6?
10 times 6 is 60.
60. So we have 60 for our shape 1. 60 what? Let's make sure we write it right. 60 what for our first shape, Tristan?
What happened?
60 what? We have 60 what for our shape 1? 60, and then we need another.
60 inches?
Remember, inches is when you're just measuring a line. We're doing area. Does anyone want to help Tristan out?
60 square inches?
Thank you, Tristan. You figured it out on your own. 60 square inches. Very good. And then here we do our base right here, our height right here. So we're multiplying 5 times 5, which gives us what number? Aiden? 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 Okay. We'll go with instead Chase. Chase, go ahead.
I got 25.
25
Square.
and go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead, Chase.
25 square inches.
25 square inches. So you have 25 square inches. Now we have 60 square inches in one and 25 square inches in another. And since it's just two shapes we're putting together, we just add them. So 20 or 60 plus 25 is
85 square inches.
85 square inches.
85 square inches. Perfect, everybody. Perfect. And that is the area and perimeter of our shape. The hardest part is probably finding the missing sides, but the actual math part isn't too bad. It's kind of simple. So we're going to do a little activity now. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen with you. I'm going to go ahead and send you a link to a Jamboard. You'll join the Jamboard and then I will assign you partners. Okay. So So I'm going to go ahead and send you the Jamboard. And then assign you your partners. Aiden, I need you to wake up. Aiden, you gotta wake up. Okay. So go ahead and click on the link, everybody. Go ahead and click on the link. I'm just gonna go ahead and ask Aiden's mom to go and wake him up so that he can participate. Where is it? I don't see it. Okay. So let's just go ahead, continue. I will send it once I get all of you assigned in groups. So we have right now 8 total viewers. We have 12 participants, so not everyone has clicked the link yet. Minus myself and Aiden, we should still have 9. Aiden, really need you to wake up, buddy. Okay. So here is who's going to be working with who. Tristan, you will be working with Victor on slide 1. Go ahead and go and put your names into the first slide. So Victor and Tristan, you will be on slide 1. Go ahead and start putting your names on the first slide. We did this yesterday, so we should be able to do it. So we have Tristan and Victor. Victor, go ahead. You have a question?
Something's wrong with it.
Something's wrong with it?
I'm talking to my kitchen. I can't write anything.
Okay, let me go ahead and... Okay, go ahead and exit out. Let me give you a new link, everybody. Go ahead and click on this new link. You should be able to edit it now. Will someone do a test to see if you can edit it now? Just test it on the... Perfect. Thank you. Good. Okay, so Tristan and Victor, you'll be working on slide 1. Tristan and Victor will be working on slide 1. Valeria, you will be working with Camila on slide 2. Chase, you will work with Luciano on slide 3. Jaco, you will work with Aiden on slide 4. Emma, Destiny, and Jasleen, you will work on slide 5 together, all 3 of you, because we don't have an even amount of people. Okay? So go ahead and start putting your name in the slide. Aiden, I need you to wake up. You have a partner and you need to be able to help them. Yes, Tristan.
How do I put my name in the slide? Because I don't know how to do that.
Yesterday, remember how we said you can use the sticky notes or you can use the text box. Let me go ahead and share my screen in case anyone forgot. Look, you can use either of these. you can use these sticky notes. So if I wanted to add my name,
Mr. Garcia doesn't show me none of that.
it's on the right side. Did you close the page and click the new link? That's why you have to close the page and click the new link. So let me scroll through these slides. Thank you, Camila and Valeria. Go ahead and get started. Chase and Luciano, thank you. Go ahead and get started. Slide 4. I'm glad that you're drawing lines, breaking up the shapes, but I need you to make sure that you also write your names on your slide. Slide 5, thank you. Make sure you write your names on the slide. Thank you, Jacob. Luciano Chase, thank you. Camila Valeria, thank you. Tristan and Victor, good. Now go ahead and communicate with your sticky notes and communicate with the text box and work together to solve this problem. Okay, everyone, you're going to work together to solve this area problem. I'm going to be scrolling through to watch and see how you're doing. I know the typing is a little difficult, however, breakout rooms will be tough to use right now, jumping between them all. And you should be able to communicate through writing, which is also good writing practice so that we make sure we're able to communicate clearly what we need to through our writing. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and finish up that example. Go ahead and work on that example for the next few minutes. And that's how we'll be closing out our lesson. Go ahead and work on our example for the next few minutes.